Hey guys, it's Doom49, and Battlefield 1 is actually a really solid game that I really enjoy playing, but when it comes to playing the game for so long, you start to realize there are certain things that could really be looked into to make the game or gaming experience a lot better. And this is going to be a quick list of 3 to 4 things that need to be fixed in Battlefield in order for it to be a much more enjoyable game and feel less clunky. To start this list off, we're going to be looking at a spawning bug, and it generally happens on spawning on your squad mates. You can spawn in on them after they die. It's happened countless times where I've been fighting somebody, and after I kill them, their buddy spawns on them, or times when I spawn on a squad mate, they die, and I'm there spawned and taking direct shots from the enemy that was killing them. So essentially, I've tested this out and it seems to continuously happen. There seems to be a delay between deploying where you're just being put right in. So the game isn't able to detect that the teammate is getting shot and stop you from spawning. So what happens is, because of that little short time frame window, if you spawn in and they get killed, it'll still put you into the game. So I've tested it out again, and you can see here even 2 squad mates can spawn in on the same dead body, almost like they're popping in out of thin air. I think the best way to fix this is remove that delay. Just make spawning in pretty much instant, or just block it off as soon as they get hit. This next one is pretty annoying, and I believe it's happened to the best of us, especially snipers, but it can affect everybody playing on the battlefield. I'm not sure if this is a mapping issue where certain areas of the map need to be looked at, but I've noticed this on pretty much every map I've played, and it has to do with an incline. Anywhere there's an incline, you can get this sliding effect. Now, with this sliding effect, when you go to ADS, it slides you down and throws your aim off. You have to be standing still to shoot. The issue here is you can actually walk over these. It's not like it's an area that doesn't allow you to walk over it and slide you down. You can actually walk up. But the thing is, when you let go of your movement key on the slant, it slides you back down. So to me, I'm not sure if this is a mapping issue or if it is a collision issue with the player model and the environment stopping him from sliding back down. Because in theory, if you're able to walk over it, he should be able to plant his feet in place and hold himself there so he can take the shot. That doesn't happen here. In some areas of the map, you can end up sliding. So I guess for being wise in the game, just be aware of some areas where it's slanted to not use those areas. But most of the time, that doesn't happen in practical gameplay, and it is something that needs to be looked at. And I think the best way for DICE to fix this is fixing the collision of the player model with the environment. So when they can walk over it, they should be able to plant their feet and lock it in place so they can aim down sight and not slide down. This next one isn't necessarily a bug, but it's really just the way the game is designed on throwing dynamite, and I feel like this should be sped up. It shouldn't be as slow as it is. If you're running and trying to throw dynamite, you can't just tap it for him to throw it. You can do it standing still, but if you're running, you actually have to hold down your right-click key or whatever key it is on console in order to toss that dynamite, which actually stops him from running. He actually goes into this slowed down animation in order to do it. Now, I don't see any negative effects that could happen if you sped up the animation to allow him to throw it as quick as standing still. It just feels like it makes the game a little bit more clunky, that you have to actually hold down your right click key or whatever key it is on console in order to toss that dynamite, and it slows his movement down. So when you're going into those critical areas trying to run and toss it onto a vehicle or run and toss it onto a train, it just seems to be holding you back, and it feels clunky, and I feel like that should be sped up, and it should be just as fast as when you are standing still to toss that dynamite. This also affects jump throwing, and it makes you have to literally be planted in place in order to do it, which I don't think should be the case. Lastly, this next one, I don't know if it's necessarily a bug, but I'm sure it's happened to almost everybody who's played this game for a long time, the notorious prone bug. And I've tried to recreate it, but it's really hard, and I think it has to do with the shift key. The running key, essentially. When you are prone, you just stand right back up. Especially when taking fire, you might tend to say, hey, let me prone, and when you prone, you end up going right back up into a standing position. And this could be because of the shift key. When you tap it, it can make you stand up. And I'm not sure if it has to do with the velocity of the player or holding W and shift, which actually is the proper way of standing up. But I feel like maybe if they add in an option to disable the shift key for standing up from prone, where you have to press the prone key again to stand up, that could make it feel a little bit better. So that was the quick list of things that I really think need to be looked at and fixed in Battlefield 1 in order to make it a little bit more enjoyable and less clunky. And I think the game would feel a lot smoother in that regard. But I do want to know what you guys think of other bugs or things that bother you, and also what you think of the current list that I put up there. And if you guys agree with me or you have other ideas of your own, let me know in the comments down below. And hopefully DICE will see this and address this issue and other issues that you guys leave in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like down below and click subscribe for more great content, and I'll catch you guys later.